Tower of Poppy. Ooh! Now we have a Tower of Poppy. I whistle and you decided to bite me. And then you were like, hello, I like you. You're a good person.
What is today?
Today is the 18th.
2020. Whenever you're ready.
Oh, we're recording.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why it's still raining! That's probably loud, but...
It is raining.
Yeah. I don't understand it. It's still raining. So, shit happens.
Yeah, it does.
So, I was, last week I brought up the amazing thing that was the track and field pole vault world record was beat by 1 centimeter. He did it again.
So he beat his own record?
Own record in the next week.
All right, then.
Yeah. And was smug as shit about it, as he should be, because he's a beast. So I'm going to put this in front of you. You're going to watch it and go, holy shit.
Sure.
I mean, it's incredible.
No, ma'am.
What's funny is I've been researching. You got to watch the whole thing. So I've been researching him. And, so they did, 2 years ago, a special, because he was, a new up-and-comer, and they had him standing next to the current world record holder at the time.
Yeah.
And he is so much tinier. He's just taller or same height, but build-wise, he's so much smaller.
Okay, so the same height, but he's, skinnier?
Oh, yeah. He's way skinnier.
Come on, let's get to it.
You just press fast forward 10 seconds.
I did. Here he goes.
Yeah.
He's winding up.
He's not winding up. He's getting ready to do his 10-step approach.
Uh-huh. It was more than 10 steps.
It's 10 lefts.
And he's like, what?
Derp. Yeah, and then he does the arms across his chest. But, I mean, that is a remarkable achievement.
Mm-hmm.
So he's also the youngest person to ever break a pole.
He broke a pole?
At age 7. So he comes from a very athletic family.
Mm-hmm.
His parents...
No, man.
His dad was a pole vaulter. His mom was a heptathlete. So all his brothers were pole vaulters. And I guess he was vaulting with them, and he's like, I want to bend the pole. And he couldn't because he was 7. And so somehow they got in contact with UCS, and Spirit made him a special pole.
A special pole?
Mm-hmm.
So it was a crappy pole.
No, it was made to be bent by a 7-year-old.
And he broke it?
Well, eventually, yeah.
Oh, okay. Eventually?
Yeah, I mean, as a pole vaulter, you don't have one pole. You have a series of poles that are used for specific situations. So, say one day you're having an extremely powerful day where you're running strong and you're squashing the crap out of your go-to pole. Squashing means you're bending it too much to where the energy of the pole isn't giving it to you off the top. So you're losing energy.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it's unbend so slow that it pushes you farther into the pit, so then you hit the bar on the way up. It's a lot of stuff to pole vaulting. And what's funny is Tony did it for a year and a half, and he watched that, and he's like, that was a dirty approach. And I was like, I can't believe you caught that. So when you watch the world record, which is the 6.18 world record, not the 6.17, his pole hits the ground a half a second in front of the box. So it slides, which actually takes speed away instead of hitting right in the box. So I was super proud of Tony for that. I was like, I'm so happy. But so if he's squashing a pole one day, he'll go to a different pole. And it turns out, doing an ass ton of research, he was very similar to how I was doing things, where in high school I was 125, but I was using a pole that was made for a 155-pound person. And I was bending the crap out of it. So that's how I was able to get a lot of energy off the top.
Nice.
He's doing something very similar, but he's doing 40 pounds over his weight.
Okay.
So, yeah, here you go. Pole vaulting.
There you go.
You're gonna keep hearing about this probably until he till he stops breaking records, which I thought would be at 1.2. Holy shit, I'm wrong. He's probably gonna go to or 6.2. He's probably gonna go to 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
If I was a betting man.
Sure.
I mean, he had about 6 or 7 inches off the top of that. So
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And his name is Duplantis?
yeah, Duplantis.
Duplantis.
Mm-hmm.
Send me the link and I'll put it in the comments.
Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah. So pole vaulting. I love track and field. I love Summer Olympics. So you got to suck on it, nerds. Sorry.
No, ma'ams. We're not going outside. You don't need to go outside.
So they do need to go outside.
Yeah, well, they want to go
They
outside.
want to go
They
outside
need to
because
go
it's
outside.
muddy and wet.
Yeah, I don't feel like giving them a bath right now.
I know. It's so beautiful. Everybody else is walking out with umbrellas from work, and I'm like, nothing. I'm like, what? It's perfect.
It wasn't that bad.
No, it was during lunch, but we had some like thunder roll through, and I was like, they're like, what was that? That's thunder. I was like, no, that's my stomach.
I didn't hear any thunder. There was only one thunder. Well, what time did you go to lunch?
11. It was right around 11ish.
Yeah, it was like a
like-
really long one.
Yeah, it was really.
But it was
long.
like the only one
the
that
only one.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's my stomach. And of course, everybody either ignored me or laughed, because that's how my cube farm is. They either know you or they laugh.
Yeah, because we've got close to us, we got that new damn plant going in, and yeah, and apparently they're going to start testing on the arsenal.
We'll talk offline with you about that.
Yeah, whenever they actually get facilitated, they're actually going to actually be on the arsenal testing, and I'm like, well, great. Hopefully, it won't be that bad here.
Well, no, I mean, it'll be closer to you than it will be to me, but we'll both feel it.
Ugh.
But more interesting is they have to get that out of Research Park and onto the arsenal.
Yeah, I know, right? Granted, there's not a lot of traffic.
No,
over
but there's
there,
a lot of stoplights over there.
But it's still going to be a pain right now, especially with construction and all that.
Dude, it
junk.
was a pain.
It is. It always is.
It wasn't like that bad last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but getting from... Granted, I think I left a little later than I did today.
Mm-hmm.
But it took me freaking 15 minutes to get down the street.
Yeah. Yeah,
Anyway.
it's usually backed up around there because of the whole... It's just
Madison.
bad.
It sucks.
Yeah, it does. But anyway.
So, horrible segue, but I was watching some stuff on YouTube this morning, and I was like, oh, sweet. And I, obviously, because I play Destiny and have looked up Destiny stuff on YouTube, it's brought up more Destiny stuff. And they're like, I found a cheater, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. So I watched all this stuff, and I was like, holy shit. And they were in PC, obviously. Obviously. And it's like, oh my god. And they want to cross-platform against PC, against console, against all that stuff. And it's like, no. I don't want to have to play against somebody who's got an aimbot and you can't kill.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I don't... when we were younger, we really wanted like cross-platforming and all this, just so we could do it like that.
Now I get Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new price for the new PlayStation?
No.
It's like $470.
Dear Lord.
Yeah.
I remember back in my day, I didn't buy new consoles just because it was going to go down to like $100 the next year.
Yeah.
That doesn't
happen
exist
now.
anymore.
They keep their price.
Pretty much, unless it's obsolete, and then it just goes off the market, and now you're buying an obsolete model.
Yeah, so I'm curious now that PlayStation's put out their price, what Xbox is going to do. Because, I mean, Xbox was more expensive last time, and it lost the console race. So maybe they'll be like, yeah, we're not.
Yeah, even in cross-platforming, there's so many problems with cross-platforming because you have... Okay, so I've watched one gamer It's called the Spiffing Brit.
Mm-hmm.
He does a lot of quote-unquote exploits.
Okay.
And he was playing like Call of Duty or something like that, mobile, but you could play it on your computer. So you see where the problem is there.
He was destroying because it's completely...
Because you can aim on a computer and you can't aim
tried to play a first-person shooter on my phone. I was like, nope, can't do it.
Yeah, I don't... Any of those things, I'm just like, I'm not going to try that because it's not made for that.
No.
Especially if it's cross-platform for Xbox and all this. No, ma'am. We're not going outside right now. You don't need to go outside. Unless Mom wants to take you outside, you're not going outside. She's not answering, so that's a no. But, yeah.
Little puppy eyes.
She is. She may have to use the restroom. I'm not going to say poop because she got mad at me last time for saying poop on the podcast. Yeah, remember? Oh. She was all like, no poop. But, well, no, she rang the bell as well earlier. But I didn't let him go.
She's like, you're not coming out with me?
It's actually not raining right now, so.
But the ground is muddy.
Oh, it's so muddy. But, I don't even know what we're talking about besides cross-platforming.
And cheaters. On the
PC. So, and I watch another guy called Juicehead, I believe his name is. He does a lot of impartial reporting on Fallout 76. That's what he plays mostly. And there's been a lot of cheating on PC. They said they haven't seen it much on console, but I don't think there's cross-platforming on console/PC that level. So, but there's a cheat right now, or a hack, where you could go up to somebody, steal all their shit. Even the shit that they're wearing, you could take it off of them. Yeah.
In Fallout 76.
I don't remember if they've patched it or not, but that's a thing that you can do, is completely, like, take all their shit.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not a fan.
Wow.
But recently, I've gotten into I bought a product maybe a couple years ago, and I never used it because I didn't have a need for it yet. Mm-hmm. And it's actually a digital. It's not a digital. It's it's technology where you can plug it into your phone and you can find the studs in your wall.
Ah, okay.
So I plugged it in a couple of nights ago, not thinking about it. Trying to boot it up, it asked for, login or whatever type thing. And it never would boot up. So I went to, the reviews of it and all this to see if anybody else had this problem, like it doesn't work my phone or whatever. And nothing really panned out, except for the fact that apparently before they never used a login, or like for you to log in or whatever. And it got me to thinking about technology and how many things you have to log into that don't necessarily require it. This is a stud finder. What does it need a login for? And I didn't think about it because it's just
maybe registering the.
Maybe, but you're still buying. You can still go to Home Depot, buy one with money, and you don't have to register it for either a warranty or whatever. Even with a warranty, all you need is your receipt that you bought it, and the manufacturer will either replace it or the place that you bought it for will replace it. So it's like those things that's kind of like, what all are you registering that don't necessarily need registering, either an app or an actual physical item?
Right. That's a fair point. So, you can use a magnet as a stud finder, right?
As long as you're on the right plane for a nail, yes.
Yeah, it's a pain. Don't get me wrong. It's 100% a pain. I've done it before.
The magnet's not going to work. It's got to be a very strong magnet, too.
Mine was. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. So we're going to move on to the next topic.
That's fine.
That I have. I was obviously just perusing the internet during lunch, trying to find other things to talk about because this page only had 2 things on it when I came in to work this morning. Mm-hmm. Discovered the final season of Clone Wars is coming out on the 21st.
I thought it was done already.
Nope. Like 2 years ago, they put out a trailer saying it was coming back.
Okay.
So We got another season of Clone Wars, baby.
That's interesting, and I wonder why, because the last...
Well, it just kind of ended, and then they produced half season of unfinished episodes.
Okay.
And so now they're finishing another season.
Okay.
And I guess it's going to go right up to...
I hope
end.
it's still as good, because...
I think so.
I never really watched Rebels.
It's the same characters. They're the same guys. Yeah. Everybody who was involved before was involved again, so... You should watch Rebels.
I want to. It just I never got into it.
So
I didn't care for the
get past the first season.
Yeah.
First season was they were kind of like feeling out what because they wanted to make a show for another generation.
Yeah,
and then they're like, "Oh crap, we can't do that because they're not as interested as as the generation we just had."
Yeah.
So then they started making it for the Clone Wars generation again.
Okay.
So
because I really like Clone Wars.
You got to stick through the first season, but the second season is where it starts rolling
really
and also
up.
and it just never stops.
Okay. Yeah. Have you played the game yet? I haven't played it.
Oh
yet.
my god, the game is so hard.
Is it?
Yes.
Hard as in, like, it's actually challenging, or hard as in it was poorly produced and the mechanics are
So
bad?
challenging
Okay.
and aggravating about challenging. There's a part in this game.
Yeah.
You're always overwhelmed because there's always 18 people attacking you. Always. Some of them have blasters, some of them have sticks, and they're always attacking you together. And you can't block them all at the same time.
Okay.
Or they give you these freaking attack sponge animals that just all attack you, same style, but all at once, and you can't block them all.
Okay.
So what gets real good is I was running around on Kashyyyk, and I was like, cool, I've unlocked a new force power, I'm going to go through and do some stuff. So I'm running around, and I fall into a spider's nest, and I'm like, oh shit, so I run, because this was a granddaddy of them all spider. Had a big red health bar across the top. I'm like, I ain't gonna win this fight right now. So I run off, get attacked by another freaking spider. Doesn't have a health bar. But I'm like, oh my god. So I'm getting attacked by a granddaddy spider and like another little spider. And I come out, I get out of the cave, I get attacked by a third spider. Oh, I'm not done. So I continue to run. I get attacked by 2 more spiders. We're talking what, 6 spiders right now. They killed me. Because I'm like, okay. Luckily, there was a save point right next to there. So I got up. I was like, all right, let's try this. So I'm like, let's find these spider spawns. So I go in there.
It's not Minecraft.
No, you'd be surprised.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I'm like, let's find where they spawn. Let's see if I can fight them one at a time. So I'm like, all right, these 2 come up. Two of them spawn, pretty much are there already. So I'm like, okay, I'll attack these 2. Cool. They're dead. I got them. All right. So the third one came. I'm like, okay. I run around towards the cave. Nothing. I'm like, all right. Run around towards like an exit to where you do a wall climb. Spider jumps out. I'm like, gotcha. I know where you spawn now.
Okay.
I fight him. He kills me. I'm like, oh my god.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right. Well, because he jumped out and like got an attack on me. So I had to fight that first.
Yeah.
And I was already weak from the other 2 spiders. I'm like, derp. And I haven't gotten back to the cave yet.
Yeah.
So I'm still fighting the granddaddy. I'm still got to get up to granddaddy Amal. I'm like, okay. So I come back. There's no spiders. I'm like, awesome. I'm going to go get that one to spawn. Nothing.
Nothing?
I go over to nothing. And I'm like, awesome. So then I turn around. Derp. 2 spiders there. I'm like, shit. So I'm like, okay. So then I turn around and get ready to take the path to go. And then a spider comes out and attacks me again. What do you... Oh, okay. I see what you're doing.
Audio insert.
It's at this point that Nate realizes that I'm censoring his language.
Resuming transmission.
I was like, what are you doing? Got it. So, yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
But all the time.
Okay. And
that's on normal.
But is it for all? What consoles was it for again?
I think it was for all consoles.
Okay.
It's a great game, great story, but man,
Was it what they promised?
Yeah.
Okay. I keep meaning. Well, I keep meaning to see what it is and the consoles that it's for, and possibly looking into it. I just don't know if I want to pay that price point yet.
Nah, I'd wait, but it's a really good game. But,
Yeah.
it's difficult. Super challenging. Apparently, Tate beat it, and I'm like, how?
Did you do it on easy?
Yeah, but how? It's still hard on easy.
Yeah.
But how?
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see about that. I've been getting into a lot of. As I said, I was into more of the Switch stuff right now, just because it's easier.
Yeah.
And I found one game. It's called Road Redemption, I think it is. Don't necessarily care much.
Never.
I mean, it's. I'm not saying I don't care much for the story. The story is good. It's fine, but it was more of a nostalgia thing because I used to play a couple of games with my cousins, and it was called Road Rage. And Road Rage, you were pretty much, there wasn't much of a story. You were it was a racing game. You were on motorcycles, and you hit and punched and killed your opponents.
Oh yeah, a great game.
Yeah, it was amazing, and that's what this one kind of is, except they put a plot to it, which is fine. It adds a little bit more to it rather than just a racing game, because the only other disadvantage, I guess, with this one is the fact that in the old one, you got knocked off your bike. You weren't necessarily killed. Yeah, there was no health bar.
You had to go run and find your bike.
No, you didn't find your bike. You were literally, it just automatically started running you towards your bike.
Right.
In Road Rage. You had to force it to not do that if you wanted to. I don't know why you would want to, but we did it. We were like running away from it. Just kept running away from the bike, and if you let go of the remote, it would start running towards the bike. You got back on the bike, and you did the thing again. Whatever. This one for the Switch, there's a story arc. You get knocked off. You quote-unquote die, but it respawns you right back on the track. You go again. With this one, it's more of you have a nitro bar and you have a health bar. If you die, your run is over, and you have to do everything over again. But there's like permanent skill tree. There's a permanent skill that you can unlock, but the stuff that you do during the run is gone.
It's gone.
So there's that, and it's okay, and it's fine. I haven't gotten really much involved with it because it's just a racing game where you punch and kill the other drivers for whatever reason. But it also got me to thinking about Phantasy Star. Oh, scheisse. What was it? It wasn't Final Fantasy. I think it was Phantasy Star, but it was like the original Sega Genesis kind of game. And
I missed a whole area of games in the Sega that time frame.
Well, I didn't even have one at the time, and I just remember like it being like the first kind of RPG style that I played, and I think this was it. I think I have it on some sort of retro gaming console thing. I don't have the original, and I was trying to think of it, and I need to talk to my cousins about it. I think it is Phantasy Star, but it seems different on the other consoles.
Okay.
But it's another one of those like RPG like Final Fantasy style when it was first, but not. It was kind of like Final Fantasy meets Dune.
Okay.
But I don't know much of the plot of the game because I can't remember or find which one it was. And I think it's Phantasy Star before Phantasy Star Online was a thing.
Okay.
Because that was an early one.
Yeah.
That was a way early one.
Uh-huh. So you brought up dumb things you do in games. Like, why would we try to not run towards our bike?
Yeah.
So when I was in the Marine Corps, to stay out of trouble, I would either buy movies or video games. And I bought freaking NASCAR.
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh, my God. It was so much fun. Only because I would turn off the flags. So, like, if somebody got a wreck,
You didn't
it
stop
didn't
anything?
stop the race.
Nice.
And I would immediately pit somebody. So that I would get the pole position or second, and then I would immediately pit the person next to me and go, and then everybody else is stuck behind me, and I'm just racing basically by myself. Or, I know it's such a dirty move, but this gets better. So we were doing rifle range for a week, and we were at a different base, different barracks. I had to room with somebody. And of course, I brought my Xbox and put in. And the guy was like, "Oh, what do you got?" I was like, "Blah blah 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 blah." And I was like, "NASCAR." And he's like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, let's try that." And I was like, "Okay." So we turned it on, and we raced legitimately for a while. Mm-hmm. And I was like, "You want to do something funny?" He's like, "What?" And I was like, "We'll start a new race. You need to get one of us needs to get pole, and the other needs to not get second." He's like, "Okay." So we were 1 and 2. We drove, turned our cars facing each other. Everybody plowed into us, and then we would race backwards and see who could knock out the most people. And it was so much dumb fun. Mm-hmm. And so our goal was to have only us be the only 2 people still racing, and I think we only got down to 5.
Oh wow!
So there are 5 racers still racing.
Racing?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
The only racing game that I actually ever played was Top Gear for the SNES. That's the only one that I actually ever remember. Yeah. I remember it being fun, but I don't remember anything stupid.
So actually, Tony was the one that got me to play the NASCAR game because I guess he had it somewhere, and I was like, I'll try it.
And he sent it to you?
No. I saw that he had it, and then I was like, I'll play it.
Okay.
You know, that whole little brother wants to be like a big brother thing.
Yeah.
That he wants nothing to do with me. The only listener of the podcast.
Yeah, so far. Maybe. I don't know. The previous one that we did should come out like tomorrow.
Okay.
Granted, nice. This podcast, who knows? Probably in a week from now. But yeah. You were like, hey, when are we coming over? And I'm like, holy shit, I haven't even done the other podcast yet. What day is it? Oh shit, it's Tuesday. Okay, yeah. So I did that today.
No worries.
For the most part. Yeah, that's how far in advance we do these podcasts.
I know, right? It's just like, bam, done.
It's so much pre-planning.
Right. Well, I mean, I gotten here and wrote 2 more things on my list, and we already covered one of them.
This is true.
Yeah, and the other one we're not going to know anything about because neither one of us have looked at it. The bat suit.
Yeah, sure.
Your wife has.
Apparently she has seen the bat suit.
I have.
I've seen the bat symbol.
Is it for a movie or a TV show?
The Batman with Robert Pattinson.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, and
It's
some
a
actually...
super
Okay.
crappy video.
Okay.
And actually some really intriguing cast members for other roles.
So
I'm
before
very intrigued by the cast.
Before we go into this, I will actually say that when I first saw the newest the oldest, newest Star Wars movie, I did not care for Adam Driver.
So you're talking about the first
newest movie,
Force Awakens.
Yes.
Thank you.
I did not care for Adam Driver. I have seen him in at least a number of things, and I'm like, I like that guy.
Right. Anything that's not Star Wars, he's amazing.
As we said last time, we haven't seen the newest movie, but I actually am okay with this guy, and I actually watched a TED Talk with him about his past.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that's a really good talk.
It really is, and I'm like, okay, I get you more, but you're still lucky as hell. But I actually kind of like him as an actor now, but I just think it's bad directing for the Star Wars movie. I don't know. I don't want to put any labels on it just because it's like... because of nostalgia / I don't know if I care for it / it's just a movie. And I'm overthinking it, but I think a lot of directors nowadays are putting their own... They're not trying to tell the story, they're trying to do more of an agenda thing, with either what was Ryan? What was the guy that did the middle movie?
Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson. He was like, okay, if you don't like the old stuff, I'm gonna go straight. We're gonna abandon everything and we're gonna do it all new. And then all the fans were like, no, we hate that. But it was like, you can't please the fans anyway. But just tell the story. Don't try to get your own thing in there.
Right. Well, so he did another movie recently, Knives Out, that apparently is really good. And
I haven't seen it either, and apparently it's amazing.
He does an amazing job with what he does with subverting expectations.
Yeah.
You just can't do that in a Star Wars movie. You can do that in places, but you can't do it with every decision.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're going to do this or do this. What do the fans not expect? We're going to do something clearly way out of left field.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen any of it yet, and that's why I guess I just Star Wars at this point I just don't care.
Yeah.
Anymore.
It's like that. You like that with Marvel too.
Yeah.
Just like derp Disney.
And it's just whatever. At some point it's like I don't care what a lot of them are.
Yeah.
I'm not going to see any more of the movies on stage or whatever. Not on stage, in theaters.
So that's the new Batsuit.
So it's like
symbol.
Batman Beyond.
So it's got a red
series.
It's got a red tinge on it.
No, it's kind of the same little.
But if you pay attention to the material of the bat symbol, it looks like pieces of a pistol.
Oh, really?
And if you know the mythology, Batman's parents were shot by a pistol.
So is this an origin story again?
I don't know. But a lot of people are speculating that it is the pistol that killed his parents.
Sure. To me, that's another origin story.
Who knows?
I
don't know. But yeah,
DC's
we
bad
do not,
about that.
Well, this doesn't fall into the... I don't think it falls into the DC Extended Universe. I could be wrong. I'll do more research and find out and let you know.
I want to see it now. Maybe. I don't know.
But the cast is very intriguing.
Do we know what the plot is yet? No? Okay.
If we do, I haven't researched it yet.
Yeah. I'll give it a shot. He's probably like an Adam Driver to me. I don't care for him, but he hasn't done anything that I've seen that I've watched. He's only done Twilight that I know of. But I know he's done other things that apparently are good.
I'm looking at her back there going, what are you, retarded? He was Cedric Diggory first, bitch.
Yeah. I don't care about that one.
Oh.
I don't think. I don't know.
No, he's...
but he was still the Playboy
he's
back
bleeping
then.
me. Yeah, it's true. He's bleeping me.
Yeah.
You and your damn censorship mother. Go ahead and put a bleep in there.
Yeah.
Water going up the sink.
He was still a Playboy in that movie, and he wasn't really acting. It's the same thing with Stewart. What's her name?
Kristen Stewart?
Kristen Stewart. She apparently has no emotion, but she's had other things where she's emoted.
Has she?
I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like she's like the female Keanu Reeves, but
no.
Nah, I'm not saying good.
Oh, okay.
But there are a lot of things that he's done that he hasn't had a lot of emotion. Kind of like in The Matrix, he's got like blank face for a lot of it.
Yeah. When are they coming out with the newest movie?
I don't know.
Both of them. Both of them, actually.
So both of them. What?
I
know Matrix.
And Bill and Ted.
Oh, they're doing another Bill and Ted?
That was the first one that I knew of.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why he was in the Walmart commercial.
Possibly. I don't
they
know.
Had,
I didn't see a commercial.
Old Bill and CG Young Bill getting groceries from Walmart.
Yes, yeah. There is. That's the first one I knew of. And then I was like, they're doing another Matrix movie?
Yeah.
So there you go. Huh. Keanu has had a resurgence.
Yeah, John Wick did that.
Yeah.
Those are good.
I've never seen any of them.
Me neither. And I get looked at like a lunatic at my job, which is hilarious.
I've heard mixed thing. Okay, I've heard good reviews about the third one, but bad special effects because it's an old Keanu Reeves trying to fight, and it's just bad.
Have you seen
but not bad.
Have you
bad.
seen the YouTube video of him shooting guns in his backyard?
But apparently he's amazing at that.
yeah, it's like whoa.
But it's like in the fight scenes, it's kind of like,
Is it like those ones where you can tell they press fast forward?
maybe, or that they pulled up.
Looking at you, Transporter One.
Oh, and I saw some bad stuff. I checked out a Fast and Furious at 2.
Nah, dude.
I checked out at 2.
Fast. I haven't seen a lot of the newer Fast and Furious,
Yeah.
but they're not human
Yeah, exactly.
anymore.
Exactly. And I'm just like, why are you still making this franchise?
It's like they gave control of the Fast and Furious series to Michael Bay.
I don't even know about that. Like, it's just where Schneiser. What is his name?
The best part was when they tried to bring a helicopter to the ground with 4 cars, and only one of them had their wheels on the ground, and they all pressed the NOS and were successful.
Yeah. What?
That's
I
an
don't.
actual scene.
Yeah, it is with The Rock and Statham.
Yes.
What is the other guy's name? Vin Diesel.
Yes.
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel. Him and The Rock have real beef.
They do.
Supposedly.
But he apparently, in one of the scenes, I saw this in one of the videos, I did not watch any of the movies, where a car got blasted up or something and was like being thrown at them, and he was on top of a car and he punched the car and stopped the car.
Yeah.
And I'm
That
like,
sounds right.
what the fuck?
That sounds right.
Like, that's not even, that's
physics.
what? It's so bad.
That
It's
sounds
so
like
bad.
a real scene.
And I'm like, no, I'm not. They need to
It's like,
stop this.
sure, I can suspend my beliefs for a little bit,
Oh no.
but
There's
they're like, you're done. It's just no.
there is a movie out. Let me see if I can find the post.
Is it Hobbs and Shaw?
No.
Oh,
No. This is one that I want to see. That apparently it's in select theaters.
007?
No. We'll talk about it also.
Is it in the same genre of movies I'm
Nope.
going through?
Nope. It is not. It is called VFW.
VFW.
It's a bunch of
Veterans of Foreign Wars.
This is from a post that a friend of mine out in LA posted. He posted the poster. A bunch of too old for this shit veterans defend their bar against a gang. It has Stephen Lang, William Sadler, Martin Cove, and Fred Williams. But if you look at the poster, it's got a couple more people than that. And I'm like, I want to effing see this movie because I know it's going to be good.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That cast looks amazing.
And it's only in select theaters. It's not in streaming. That's why I was like, where'd you watch this? Because I haven't seen anything for it. But that's why it's in select theaters right now. Probably because it's probably like screening or some shit.
Or one of those LA film festivals.
And it's, well, he says it's select theaters and rent to purchase on VOD. So it's probably a low budget kind of movie.
Yeah, but like half of those people in there, legitimate actors that normally don't phone it in.
Yeah. And I'm like, I want to see this movie so bad.
It's like 3 of them. I'm like, oh my god.
But it reminds me of Shaun of the Dead when they're in the bar scene. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what it reminds me of. But I assume it's more of I assume it's more of an actual gang wanting to get in and whatever.
Like,
so it's more of a live
derp,
thing.
you old dudes.
Yeah, probably.
We hip and stuff. You know what? I'm gonna come up with the most shittiest thing I could say, and it's not gonna be worth it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I really want to see that movie, and I got to figure out how to get it.
Okay, if you do, let me know. I'd like to come watch it.
We'll do a screening of it.
Yeah. So, So we talked about the bat suit. I guess RDJ said he'd come back to Marvel if they could afford him.
Who?
Robert Downey Jr.
Oh.
So
Once again, I clocked out of that after
yeah, I
Endgame.
know. I was like, as soon as you said clock down, I'm like, well, that
Derp.
takes that.
I know. Sorry.
Wind away.
Yeah, it's just... What is he going to do? Is he going to be in a TV show? Is he going to be in a movie?
Whatever they'll pay him. Write that check, Marvel. Get them butts in the seats.
So I saw...
Get them views.
I did not watch the
Clickbait.
preview or the trailer for...
Derp.
Yeah, Tower of Puppy.
But
That one.
I want to watch... I want to watch...
This is a new meta game now.
You're a horrible person.
Oh, you just wait.
I didn't see the trailer for it, but I watched they deconstructed the Easter eggs and all this stuff video online. And I didn't watch all of it, but I watched enough of it, and I texted one of my friends, was like, so it seems like she's caught in her own little mind because she can't deal with Vision's death.
Yeah.
And she's going through all this stuff in her head, and she's trying to find her way back to reality.
Yeah.
And then I saw more of the video. I'm like, oh, so that kind of is. And then I watched a cartoon, not a cartoon series, but a comic strip of it where it was already a thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's what they're doing for a TV series for at least 3 or 4 seasons.
Which I think it'll be entertaining. And depending on the things that could happen, she is so powerful in the comics that she could actually bring him back.
She could have been the savior of Endgame.
It's true.
Had, whatever, but they had to use plot devices to get her away.
How they made Captain Marvel on a pedestal so strong is how powerful she legitimately is, and more. So, I mean, she created 2 children with her mind.
Yeah. It'll definitely be interesting of what they do with it, but my problem is budget.
Yeah.
Like, are they going to throw movie budget at a television series, or is it going to be like CW budget?
And we'll see when we get Falcon and the Winter Soldier first.
Because they can throw a lot of money at it, but are they going to throw a lot of money at it because of?
I mean, they threw a lot of money at Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I didn't really watch that.
Jesus Christ!
Once again,
turn in your nerd card.
It's just a TV show that I'm like, nah, meh.
So
meh.
Suck. I'm gonna save these other 2
for later because of that.
Yeah, we're done. We're done.
We're gonna have to get Tony.
Yeah. Over. Game over. How long have we been going?
46.
Okay, so that's about right then.
Yeah. So, whatever on your MCU crap. I'm just meh.
Okay.
Meh.
All of this is said for comedy.
Meh.
We're ending it right here, right? You're a Tower of Puppy. You bitch tick McGill puppy. That was sucked. And your soul is 80.
All right, and thanks for tuning in.
Put your soul is 80.
And we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, Michael.
Bye-bye.